You guys are not going to believe the absolute chaos we are diving into today. Think back to that one massive celebrity breakup that finally happened a while ago. You know exactly who I'm talking about. The entire internet was basically on fire for 48 hours straight, but the real question that kept everyone up at night wasn't why they broke up, it was why they waited so long to pull the plug in the first place. We all saw the red flags waving from miles away for years, yet they stayed. It's a pattern we see over and over again in the glitzy world of fame, and it's honestly mind-blowing. Why do these icons, who have all the money, beauty, and options in the world, choose to stay in relationships that are clearly toxic? It feels like watching a high-speed car chase where the driver is purposely heading toward a cliff. We have all been there. Scrolling through our feeds and seeing those couple goals posts that make our own lives look boring. You see the celebrity and the toxic partner looking absolutely radiant on a private yacht in the Mediterranean. They are sun-kissed, laughing, and looking like the living definition of a fairy tale. Their PR team is working behind the scenes like a group of elite soldiers, crafting the perfect narrative of eternal devotion. We see them on the red carpets, glued together, looking inseparable under the flashing lights. But the reality behind those perfectly filtered Instagram photos is often a total nightmare. It's a carefully curated illusion designed to sell a brand, while the actual relationship is falling apart in private. You see the smiles for the cameras, but you don't see the silent treatment in the limo on the way home, or the explosive arguments that happen once the mansion doors are locked. It leads us to the big question that millions of fans ask every single day. Have you ever looked at a star and wondered, why on earth are they still with that person? It seems so obvious from the outside, doesn't it? We see the cryptic tweets, the blurry paparazzi photos of them looking miserable, and the rumors of infidelity that just won't die. Yet, they stay. Is it loyalty, or is it something much more complicated and darker? You might think it's just about the drama or keeping the fame alive, but there's a much deeper layer to this. Before we continue, subscribe to the channel and tell us in the comments where you are watching from. Believe it or not, toxic love isn't just about bad vibes or personality clashes. It's actually a literal chemical addiction. When the celebrity is with the toxic partner, the relationship operates on a cycle of extreme highs and devastating lows. When things are good, they are win a Grammy good. The brain gets flooded with dopamine and oxytocin, making them feel invincible. But then, the floor drops out. The toxic partner might use manipulation or emotional withdrawal to exert control, sending the star into a tailspin of anxiety. The brain starts craving that next high just to feel normal again, creating a biological loop that is incredibly hard to break. It's a roller coaster that never ends, and the longer they stay on it, the harder it is to jump off without feeling like they are losing their mind. What starts as a beautiful fairy tale quickly turns into a public PR disaster. The resentment builds up behind the scenes, while the entourage and the yes men keep telling the star to just make it work for the sake of the career. They worry that a messy divorce or a public split will ruin the perfect couple image they've spent millions of dollars building. But you can only hide the truth for so long before the mask starts to slip. We start seeing the unfollow and follow cycles on social media, the weirdly specific song lyrics, and the tired eyes that no amount of concealer can hide. It's a slow motion disaster that the public watches with morbid curiosity, waiting for the inevitable explosion. But wait, because there is actually a secret psychological glue keeping these stars trapped in these destructive loops, and most people have no idea it even exists. It's something called a trauma bond, and we are about to expose exactly how it works and why it's the ultimate trap for the rich and famous. Is it really love that keeps them together, or is it a psychological cage they can't find the key to? Stay tuned, because the next part involves some of the biggest names in Hollywood and their messiest staying stories that will leave you absolutely speechless. You think you know the drama, but you haven't seen anything yet. The stakes are higher than ever, and the truth is about to come out. Now let's get into the absolute nitty-gritty of why this cycle repeats with the biggest names on our screens. Have you ever noticed those iconic pop stars or A-list actors who seem to be stuck in a revolving door of drama? One minute they are posting a gushing tribute for their anniversary, and the next they're deleting every single trace of their partner from their grid. It's exhausting just watching it, right? But for the celebrity, this isn't just a bad week. It's their entire reality. We see these glued together toxic duos everywhere. It's like they're are tied together by an invisible thread that everyone else can clearly see is actually a noose. Take for instance the classic dynamic where a world-class performer is dating someone with a reputation. Every fan is in the comments section pleading with them to see the truth, but the celebrity has a major case of the savior complex. They truly believe that their love is the magic cure that will finally fix the toxic partner's deep-seated issues. It's a classic Hollywood trope, isn't it? The idea that I'm the only one who truly understands them, or I can be the one to change them. This ego-driven desire to be the hero in a tragic romance story keeps them locked in a cycle of constant disappointment. They want the world to see a beautiful redemption arc, but instead they just get stuck in the messy prologue of a disaster movie that never ends. But wait, because there's a much colder and more calculated reason why they don't just walk away: the dreaded fear of the flop. You see, in the high-stakes world of global entertainment, a public image is everything. The PR team has spent years, and I mean years, marketing them as part of a power couple. They aren't just two people in love anymore. They are a multi-million-dollar corporation. If they break up, they risk losing major endorsement deals, high-profile movie roles, or that relatable factor that keeps them at the top of the charts. The fear that a messy divorce or a scandalous split will ruin their marketability is a very real cage. They look at the balance sheet and decide that staying in a miserable relationship is a better business move than being a single flop. It's honestly heartbreaking when you think about it, choosing a paycheck and a perfect brand over actual peace of mind. This leads us directly into the sunk cost fallacy in the spotlight. Imagine investing millions of dollars and a decade of your life into a project that just keeps failing. Would you walk away, or would you throw another million at it hoping for a miracle? The celebrity has invested years of their life, countless public appearances, and an insane amount of PR training into making this relationship look solid. To admit it was all a mistake feels like admitting total failure on a global stage in front of millions of people. The pressure is astronomical. And speaking of the global stage, have you been tracking the juicy evidence lately? Oh, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The internet detectives are always on the case. We see the unfollowed notifications, the sudden followed again clicks 3 hours later, and those incredibly cryptic captions that feel like a secret cry for help. If they wanted to, they would, or protecting my energy in this season, followed by a single black heart emoji. It's a digital dance of dysfunction that we all obsess over. We see them on the red carpet with fixed, frozen smiles, but their eyes are screaming, "Get me out of here." Of course, they aren't alone in this. Enter the entourage and the yes men. These are the people whose luxury lifestyles depend entirely on the celebrity staying successful and stable. Instead of telling the star the hard truth, that the relationship is killing their spirit, they encourage them to keep the peace for the sake of the tour or the next movie. These enablers prioritize the brand over the human being, creating an echo chamber where the star feels like leaving isn't even a valid option. It's a lonely place to be when everyone around you is getting paid to keep you in a burning building. But what happens when the fans start noticing the cracks in the foundation? We're looking at the wildest internet theories next. The internet truly never sleeps, and when it comes to the perfect couple illusion, the digital detectives are always working triple shifts. We've all seen those TikTok deep dives where creators zoom in 400% on a red carpet photo just to analyze the tension in the celebrity's jawline or the way their hand slightly twitches. It's absolutely wild, right? These self-proclaimed body language experts on our FYP claim to know exactly what's happening behind closed doors based on a 3-second clip of a handhold that looked just a little bit too stiff for comfort. Over on Twitter, or X if you're actually calling it that, the threads are miles long. They are linking every cryptic song lyric to a specific date when the toxic partner was spotted leaving a club at 3 in the morning. The court of public opinion is a brutal place because there is zero privacy when you're a household name. Every single blink is scrutinized. Every missed like on an anniversary post becomes a headline. And every time they are spotted without their ring, the internet goes into a total chaotic meltdown. This digital circus creates a massive, visible divide. Team leave him versus team stay. You've seen the comments, haven't you? On one side, you have the fans who are literally begging the celebrity to wake up and run for the hills. They're posting run emojis and you deserve better memes every time a new rumor breaks or a sad photo surfaces. On the other side, you have the diehards who still believe in the fairy tale. They argue that love is hard and that we only see a tiny fraction of their actual lives. This constant tug of war makes the celebrity feel even more trapped. Imagine being caught in a cycle of manipulation, and then having millions of strangers shouting at you from both sides of the digital fence. It's a claustrophobic nightmare. The pressure to live up to the power couple expectations of one group while trying to ignore the valid warnings of the other is enough to make anyone lose their mind. They feel like they aren't just disappointing themselves if they leave, they're disappointing an entire global fan base that invested their own emotions into the brand. Just when we think the breaking point is finally here, something happens that resets the clock. The hoovering phase. This is some expert-level psychological manipulation, guys. Just as the celebrity is finally packing their bags, the toxic partner pulls out the absolute big guns. We're talking a grand gesture specifically designed to go viral instantly. Maybe it's a literal truckload of expensive roses delivered to a concert stage, or a public declaration of love during a late-night talk show. Suddenly, the entire narrative flips. The public goes, "Ah, look how much he actually loves her," or "he's really trying to change for the better." This is exactly what the manipulator wants. They suck their partner back into the relationship using the very public that was just criticizing them. It's a trap disguised as a romantic movie moment, and honestly, the world falls for it every single time. It's a temporary chemical high that masks the toxic rot underneath, giving the PR team enough fuel to keep the perfect couple engine running for another 6 months of misery. But we have to be real here. Which it couple is currently on the brink? Rumors say that certain A-list stars are staying together strictly for the aesthetic of a happy marriage, while they are actually living in separate wings of their mansions. Eventually, the mask always slips. It doesn't matter how many millions the PR team spends or how many yes men are in the room. The truth has a funny way of leaking out. Usually, it's a leaked video from a security camera, a messy cheating scandal, or just the total visible exhaustion of the celebrity. You can see it in their eyes. They are just done. The breaking point isn't a choice anymore. It's an inevitable public collapse. So I have to ask you guys, who do you think is in the most toxic celebrity relationship right now? We've all seen the red flags, so drop the tea in the comments below. Is your favorite star the next one to finally pull the plug, or are they going to stay for another year of public drama? Don't look away, because the next headline is already being written behind the scenes as we speak. Is your favorite star next on the chopping block? The drama never truly stops. It just waits for the cameras to start rolling again. Stay tuned, because the next headline is already